everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet the ridges and puffs stitch, which you can see here in front of you. This is a very textured crochet stitch pattern because of the number of stitches included in it. I'd say it's about an intermediate level pattern. But once we get going, you'll see even though it has a number of stitches in it, it is quite easy to work and an easy to remember 4-row repeat. So all the texture is to one side and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So today for the tutorial, you're going to need a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook and a little bit of worsted or medium weight yarn. I'm going to be using the Pima Cotton by Lion Brand. You can use any yarn or hook that you choose. It'd be interesting to see it worked in different weights of yarn. Links to these items can be found in the description of this video. Also in the description you'll find a direct link to the free written instructions, which are on my website at richtexturescrochet.com. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials such as this one. Our stitch today is worked in rows, so you're going to start by making a slip knot and then by making a foundation chain. Today my foundation chain is going to have an odd number of stitches, but for this design it really doesn't matter too much. I've worked it also with an even number. It just changes that last stitch in the row just a little tiny bit. But today I'm going to be working with an odd number, so I'll start by chaining 21. And 21. Once you have your foundation chain worked, you're going to begin row 1 by working a double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook, and then double crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of your row 1, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. We're now going to start working some of our puff stitch texture. We're going to start right off the bat by working our first puff stitch around the post of the next stitch. So to work your puff stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook from the front, around through the back and out through the front again of the post of the next stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. You're going to do that 2 times. So there's 1, yarn over, insert your hook around the post of the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop. You'll have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first 4 loops, 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops. That is your puff stitch for this pattern. Next, you're going to work a back post double crochet around the post of the next stitch. To work your back post double crochet, yarn over, bring your hook in back of your work and insert your hook from the back through to the front, around the post and out through the back again of that next stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops twice. That's your back post double crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way across. Work a puff stitch around the post of the next stitch, and it's around the front of the post, and then work a back post double crochet around the post of the next stitch. Repeat that all the way across until you come to that starting chain 3. Once you come all the way across, at the end of that row 2, you have your chain 3 remaining. You're simply going to work a double crochet stitch into the top of that starting chain 3, or that turning chain. You're then going to chain 3 and turn your work. Now for row 3, you're simply going to double crochet into the next stitch. Your chain 3 counts as a stitch, so skip that first stitch, double crochet into your next stitch, and then double crochet into each stitch all the way across. Once you come all the way across, at the end of your row 3, you'll work your final double crochet into the top of your turning chain, chain 3, and turn your work. Now for row 4, we're going to skip that first stitch and work a back post double crochet around the post of the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that all the way across. So work a back post double crochet around the post of each stitch all the way across until you come to your turning chain. When you come to your turning chain, you're going to simply work a double crochet into the top of that turning chain. At the end of row 4, when you come to the turning chain, work a double crochet into the top of your turning chain, chain 3, and turn your work. Now for row 5, you're going to simply work a double crochet into the next stitch in the top, and then double crochet into each stitch all the way across. Remember to work your final double crochet into your turning chain 3, and turn your work. Now as far as at the end of row 5, as far as the repeat in the pattern is concerned, that is it. For the rest of the pattern, you're going to repeat your rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 for as long as you would like. So your row 2 began with the front post puff stitch around the post of the next stitch, followed by your back post double crochet around the post of the next stitch. So starting at that point, at that row 2, you're going to repeat rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 for as long as you would like, then fasten off, weave in your ends, and that's all there is to working the ridges and puff stitch. So I can't wait to see what you make with this stitch. If you happen to use it, share it on social media. Be sure to tag Rich Textures Crochet, and I'll come by and admire it. And until then, enjoy happy crocheting. Bye.